she's settling in, but it's hard.
Sure it is.
You know, it's just took a lot of work, and it's traumatic, and it's, you know, you have to be nice to her. You can't be mean, and you just say, you know, come on, mom, get your shit together, and to accept it. And she's your mom.
Yeah.
You know, and you got to be respectful and this and that. And
you're right. 100%.
you know, and then you watch them, and the older they get, as they slowly lose control, they become more childish in their behavior. You know, and it's like, so now I'm the parent, and you're the child.
Yeah.
It's all natural. I mean, it's totally expected. I mean,
It's a natural course.
It is.
And,
My sister has trouble dealing with it, and I keep saying, don't be like that. Just let her do what she's going to go do. She's, you know, well, she shouldn't do this and that. There's no control. She needs control over whatever small thing. When it's what time they bring her meal to her, she wants control. You know, and let her have it.
some independence.
Exactly.
When I was at headquarters, I created a proper safety program for seniors.
Mm-hmm.
And the hardest thing was they didn't even come to the venue to get a thorough driving check and all this stuff.
Well, they're
Because
afraid.
they would pull their license.
Well, yeah.
You know, and we were showing them how to adjust their mirrors and seat position, all good stuff. We had all kinds of services available. And if you think about it, your first sign of independence is when you get your driver's license.
And one of the first big terrible ones is when they take it away from you. I remember when she lost hers, and I was like, oh, God. I'd be afraid you'd find something and go, oh, it's a secret.
Yeah.
It's a scam we're trying to do.
That was a tough program to run. Start Smart was easier for me to sell.
That would be hard to sell. But you probably got some people to show.
I am going to reconvene the May 18th regular City Council meeting. May we have a roll call?
Councilmember DeQuisto.
Present.
Mazzano.
Present.
Schrader.
Here.
Winter.
Here.
And Mayor Resner.
Also present. We're going to move to item 9.14A, consider adoption of ordinance number 2636, adopting the initiative measure entitled by the proponent as the Bocelli-Bonneview Voter Initiative. Do we need to have a recommendation? I mean, do we need to have a presentation or anything along those lines? Oh, we have a public speaker.
You have a couple speaker cards and perhaps just a couple comments for people that may be viewing us on TV. I can tell them that just for a matter of process, the first meeting on May 18th for the City Council, the ordinance that is at issue this evening was read by title only. And tonight is the night that the ordinance would be adopted, if that is the council's prerogative. So that is part 2, and that's the typical process that we use for every ordinance. And that process is mandated by the government code. So with that, Honorable Mayor, I will conclude my comments.
Perfect. Thank you.
Could I just say one thing? When does the ordinance become effective? I had people ask me that, and I wasn't sure.
Great question.
30 days after the clerk attests the mayor's signature.
So,
which, should it pass, would be tonight, 30 days from
okay,
tonight.
so essentially a month from today is when it would become effective.
That's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, I thought you were. Mr. David Ledger, would you like to give a public comment, please?
Okay.
Thank you.
My name is David Ledger, and I'm representing Shasta Environmental Alliance. And our organization did not originally oppose the Costco project, but we did want to see an aesthetic barrier. Push that. Okay, excuse me.
Oh, there we go.
My name is David Ledger, and I'm representing Shasta Environmental Alliance. And our organization did not outright oppose the Costco project, but what we did want was to see an aesthetic barrier of trees along the freeway saved, and also some mitigation for the trees that were removed during the process of building the project. I do have one central concern that I can address tonight, and that is at the north end of the project there's about 10 acres, and I don't believe that ever went through the CEQA process. I could be wrong, but I don't recall it ever going through. And when I was told when the Costco was going through that that would be dealt with some other time. So with that project going through, and there's going to be multi-unit apartments there, I think that Costco, if you do in fact approve, their initiative, is that you ask Costco to mitigate for the removal of the trees there. There are much larger trees on that parcel. I measured one at the base that was 45 inches in diameter. That was not breast height, that was down lower because it was multi-branched. But there are many large trees there, and when Costco goes to other cities in California and builds projects, they have to pay for the removal of trees. Not every city, but it would be Chico, Roseville, Santa Rosa, Sacramento, and just on down all the Bay Area, and they have to pay high prices. And I put some in that letter to you. In Sacramento, it's $325 per inch of diameter. And I put some possible mitigation measures that could be done for Costco. This would be a really small cost for them for the project, and for having to go through the CEQA project on that 10-acre parcel. So in conclusion, I urge you, even if you can't do it tonight, is through asking the planning department, the city manager, what can be done to mitigate for the loss of those large trees that are in that 10-acre parcel that never went through CEQA process. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Are there any other questions for staff? If not,
Yeah, just addressing Mr. Ledger's concern, I just wondered if our assistant city manager, Sherry DeMagd, or the attorney might have any comments. Would those trees be removed at this time if there's no development going there?
No. With respect to Mr. Ledger's comments, appreciate the comments, and I can provide some information. That 10-acre parcel to the north of the retail area, when and if it does develop into some multifamily, there will be a CEQA process for that. So CEQA won't be avoided for development of that portion of the property at issue. And so to answer your question, we simply don't know whether those trees will be removed or not because we don't have a project. We don't have the outlay of the projects or what the footprint would be, or the city council's desires in regards to any potential projects. So we just don't know. But there will be CEQA.
Thank you.
thank you very much. If there are no other questions, I'll accept a recommendation at this time to adopt the ordinance.
I'll move approval of recommendation to adopt ordinance number 2636, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Reading adopting a citizen-sponsored initiative measure entitled by the proponent as the Bocelli-Bonneview Voter Initiative pursuant to the provisions of Election Code Section 9215.
All right, I have a first and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Passes unanimously. And we're adjourned.